Okay, so welcome back to part two. This is where we take a look at the week ahead. Okay, so Israel entering Gaza sort of late Friday, early Saturday, and you know that ground assault is going to be picking up pace, and there's going to be a lot more tension in the area, and really that's going to take precedence over most of the data coming out this week, even though we've got central bank meetings and all the major employment data coming out, especially in the US. So you know potentially I'm expecting some big moves. And just a reminder that in Europe, we put the clocks back 1 hour. And that will obviously impact US data coming out. Okay, so moving on to the data. We've got Dallas Fed manufacturing, their business index coming out. We've got some housing data. We've got Chicago PMI. We've got consumer confidence. You know, I love consumer confidence because it demonstrates what consumers are doing, whether they're spending or not. And you know, in the States, they account for 70% of the economy. So that is a major part. And of course, if you've got that confidence, you're going to spend. If you haven't got that confidence in your earning ability, you're going to start to cut back a little bit. And I'm going to cover that in much deeper detail in part three with my macro outlook. And then of course we've got ISM coming out, then all the jobs data, so we've got the JOLTS, the ADP, and then of course on Wednesday we've got the FOMC meeting as well with their rate decision, more than likely to be unchanged, but you know, surprises do happen. And then of course we've got non-farm payroll, and then you know, on top of that, where I look at our sort of average weekly hour earnings and the average hours worked as well, because you know they're the inflationary parts of it, and then the unemployment rate. And then moving on to the EU, not too much out there. Consumer confidence, we're going to see some inflation data with CPI though, and those PMIs coming out again. In Germany, GDP, so see how they're coping with their sort of shrinking economy at the moment and performance. And then CPI, we're going to look at their inflation. Retail sales, again, sort of reflecting how the economy is doing and what the consumers are doing. PMIs, and then of course that employment data. Then moving on to the UK, housing data. Obviously, sort of with interest rates moving up, inflation staying higher in the UK, it's putting pressure on the house prices, even the top end, let alone the sort of middle and lower ends. And then we've got the shop price index, so seeing how sort of prices doing in the high streets. And then of course we've got that Bank of England rate decision. It's at 5.25. Expectations again are for it to be sort of left there, but you know, let's just make sure about that. And there's also PMI coming out as well. Okay, then in Australia we've got retail sales and PMI being released. So again, you know, just going to see how consumers are doing there. In New Zealand, we've got some employment data being released. Japan, there's a bit coming out. So again, employment data, industrial production, and then we've got that Bank of Japan rate decision. Now, are they going to get back into positive rates yet? It's, you know, you'd like to think so, but they don't really seem keen removing themselves from the last country to be on negative rates. But they could tweak the YCC again. And then they've got some housing data coming out, and of course that consumer confidence. China, a bit thin on data, so there's only PMI coming out there. Switzerland, we've got retail sales, PMI, and CPI. And then finally Canada, where we've got PMI and employment data coming out. So you know, there's a lot going on, but data is one thing. The war, especially the new war with Israel in Gaza against Hamas, that is probably going to take precedence over everything. So, you know, again, if you see volatility, higher volatility coming into the markets, then, you know, just consider adjusting your volume. You know, reduce your volume down. You can have wider stops, but just ensure that you're not increasing the overall potential loss. You know, it's what I do all the time. So it's a matter of position sizing. That's so essential in these markets, especially in these coming weeks and probably months as well, actually. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to part 3, where I'm going to share my macro outlook with you. So sort of, yeah, I mean, we've got lots to look forward to this week. It's going to be a big week. It's going to, you know, it's certainly going to have some guidance of where things are heading with both the FOMC, so the Fed effectively, and the ECB both deciding on rates, but also, you know, hopefully giving us just a little inkling of some forward guidance of what their expectations are. You know, you've sort of got rates going up at the same time that the risks of recession. But, you know, as I've said for quite some time, I think at the moment that that's acceptable, and it's in part of the central bank's plans. But I'll cover that in the macro part. So just to highlight our services, daily newsletters full of headlines, global news. You can get them either direct from us, or we do post them on LinkedIn as well. And then if you would like to subscribe, we offer fresh daily chart levels, which includes daily pivot points. Then we offer anything from 1-day workshops, 1-week courses, and also our comprehensive accredited masterclass. So, you know, whatever level you're at, we can help you to improve, and, you know, hopefully help you to get where, you know, your goal is when it comes to trading. And then to also help with that, we do trader mentoring. We consult to companies to help them with their exposure on FX and commodities. We provide lots of educational content, individuals, exchanges, and brokers. If you're looking for a funded trading account, then check out our partner at Nordic Funder. They offer some great ones there, and of course you know, you've got lots of sort of different parameters that you can add, and there is no time limit, which is really important. One of the reasons, a major reason why we were happy to partner with them. And if you've got any you know, sort of reason to contact us, you'd like maybe a bit more insight, or you'd like to find out more about our courses and such like, then contact us at info@symaxfintech.com, or direct to me at chris.tubby@symax-int.com. Now, on the 17th, next Saturday, the 17th of June, I will be in London. If you're around, then there is a traders event going on, Traders Day Live. If you want information, again, just reach out to me and let me know. But, you know, it'll be a great day. There's going to be a lot of experts there. I'm doing a presentation. I'm also on a trading panel of experts where we're discussing sort of our journey so far in trading. So it should be a good fun day.